happening in this one. As Kenya celebrated the World Mental Health Day, stakeholders in the health sector and various leaders gathered at the Mathari National Teaching and Referral Hospital to champion the rights of people with mental illness. Speaking at this event, the Principal Secretary for Health, Harry Kimtai, said the government has plans to invest 80 million shillings on a task force that will conduct a survey and register people living with mental illness for accurate statistics.
Needs to include all persons with severe mental health conditions.
Declare mental illness a national emergency of epidemic proportions. Everybody says it, but we haven't made the declaration. I think it is time. And there are things that come after you make this declaration, because then you have to focus resources to deal with this epidemic. Suicide, substance use, depression, chronic mental illnesses are rampant within this country. And we need a focused mechanism to deal with them.
In Kenya, the mental illness is a significant cause of morbidity, with an estimated 25% of outpatients and up to 40% of the inpatients suffering from mental conditions. Now, this is just statistics that has been picked, but we are going to go scientific by doing the survey.
If you have somebody who's suffering depression, and I'm your member of parliament, I've battled anxiety, I've battled ADHD, I've battled depression, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I've gotten treatment and counseling. It pays and helps to talk to someone.
Well, I've got to throw in some commentary here just off the cuff. You know, when you're talking about mental health, and we've seen what Professor Atoli is asking for, a task force was created by the government, and the task force came up with a report that said, let's declare mental illness in this country a national emergency, like Prof is saying. Why has this not been done? Today, the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Health is talking about creating a new task force that will go around the country gathering data and information about persons with mental illness. The call has been made. Call this a national emergency and then move on from there. Meanwhile, nominated Senator Gloria Roba wants the government to give special attention to mental health issues affecting the youth. She says the youth are facing modern-day mental health challenges within the digital social networking platforms such as cyberbullying. Speaking after donating several items to a group of artists in Kibra, the senator lauded the efforts being made by those in creative arts, affirming that music can be used as a resource for overcoming negative emotion.
That our institutions, starting with government, recognize that mental health is a serious issue. Our youth need to be looked into. There's a lot of peer pressure and social pressure, and mental health is a thing. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, it's time we acknowledge it. And there's a bill that was passed, that was sponsored by Senator Kasanga, that was passed into law around mental health. And I think as leaders, we need to pay special focus on mental health and how we are going to assist the youth.